Certified Cinephiles. Take them out. 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 Certified Cinephiles. Take them out.
What's up, movie tuners? This is Movie Boy 1.5, and with me is the other half of the other quarter of the Movie Boys, Will Woods. Today, it's the number one conspiracy movie podcast in the whole damn world. You know what it is, Black and Yellow, Black and Yellow. Today we're watching Surf Ninjas. Oh, can you fix my guy? I'm like kind of off center. You see what I'm saying? I don't think so. Uh, Update from my life. Bad news, gang. The gang stalking has amped up again. Chicken fingers are getting bites out of them when I'm looking away. My burgers is getting bitten when I'm looking away. And people are watching me when I'm out in public. I hear stuff outside my house at night, so I did have to go to an undisclosed location at my friend's panic room in southern Colorado. So that's why I'm in a different place. Don't ask me anything else about it. Anyways, today we are watching Surf Ninjas. This is actually my favorite movie of all time. Will, is it your favorite movie of all time as well? Yeah, that's how I feel. Frisian, the word that you invented, Frisian. I mean, a lot of these this is my favorite movie. I've never said that on here. I think you may have said that once or twice, but this is my favorite movie. I love surfing. I love ninjas. I love video games, and I love uh mediums, people that can see into the future. Oh, now I'm gone. What happened? I got confused. I got scared that I lagged out. Uh, bear with us, gang. It's gonna take us a whole season to figure out live streaming. And we don't have a producer, so and I'm being gang stalked. Will is still in the halfway house. It's fine. It's fine. This is we don't even get to catch up outside of this. So this is our catch up time. This is our streaming time. This is all of it, baby. Can you shrink it so you can see my Nuggets logo? Yeah. Perfect. Welcome to Certified Cinephiles. Today we're watching Surf Ninjas. This has one of my favorite actors of all time in it, Rob Schneider.
Sorry, yeah. Shout out to Jerry's Fingers for pointing out that my audio was off this entire time. Thanks, Jerry. I forgot to unmute myself. I've been saying it's just been Patrick all by himself on this.
Holy shit.
So that's great. Who knows if Jerry
go back
didn't
to the
intervene.
other screen. Mute us again and go back to the other screen. Let's regroup. Mute us and go back to the other screen.
Yeah. All right.
Sorry, gang. We'll be right back.
Certified Cinephiles. Take them out. Certified Cinephiles. Take them out. Certified Cinephiles. Take them out.
Don't forget to unmute yourself. Welcome to Certified Cinephiles.
We're
I
back.
live?
We are both here, and
Oh,
we
you
are
gotta turn that music off. And
we are
today,
back.
movie boy. Welcome to Certified Cinephiles. Just had a couple technical difficulties. I'm in a new location. We're watching Surf Ninjas. Rob Schneider is one of my favorite actors.
Yeah, for
catching
those
up.
who don't know, Pat has been dealing with the gang stalking has come back for him. Luckily for me, so when I go out, I wear full head to toe ninja gear, just like this movie we're talking about, where you cannot see me. Sometimes ninja, sometimes pure chainmail. You can't.
Yeah.
Honestly, we'll get into this, but I do think I might be allergic to the sun. And so not only has this been protecting my identity, but it also has been protecting me from the very evil and nasty radiation caused by our sun.
Have you noticed that the sun used to be yellow, now it's white?
Oh, holy
What's up with that? That is not
That's
natural.
a good point. That's a good point.
When I was a kid, all the drawings I made of it was orange and yellow, and now it's white, hot. The sun is getting hotter, and it's sun warming. It's not global warming.
Yeah.
It's sun warming. That's really the scary factor here.
Well, what's scarier than that is that we are in a different timeline than the one we were born into.
When the sun was orange.
Yeah. Mandela effect right there. So today we're talking
a Mandela effect.
Today we are talking Surf Ninjas. Patrick, this one was fresh from Pat's library because this is his favorite movie. Isn't that right, Pat?
This is my favorite movie of all time.
Bruh.
I did say that before when Will was muted, so it just seemed like I was a psycho talking to myself. But yeah, this is my favorite movie. I watched it tons as a little kid. Everything came back to me right when I watched it. It was awesome. I didn't catch all the jokes about Rob Schneider being old, really.
Yeah,
I didn't really get that till now.
He's 33 in this, playing a 15-year-old. Pretty amazing.
They allude to it a couple times.
Pretty amazing. And for all the people out there being like, wow, Rob Schneider is going Asian face on this and stuff. Rob Schneider's part Filipino. Okay, everybody? He's at least partially Filipino. And
he's an army brat. His mom was half Filipino. But I think that he is ageless. He could play this role today still.
That's so true. I mean, and this guy cracks me the frick up, Pat. I mean, sorry.
In the first scene, what happened?
I've been getting these headaches. I didn't want to talk about this on
okay?
the pod.
What's going on?
So,
Will, what's going on?
I think that I'm turning into a mega mind. I've been ingesting.
Like you feel your brain growing?
Yeah, I've been ingesting all of this information at a very I've been listening to 6 different audiobooks at the same time, because you can rent them from the library for forever, and listening to 6 different audiobooks at the same time. And
you retain that?
Yeah, my brain is growing. I've also been taking niacin, and the level of niacin is expanding my brain, so I think I'm becoming a mega mind.
Doesn't that make your piss burn?
Oh, like no one's business. It makes my piss burn hotter than a tea kettle, let me tell you that. I mean, it makes the same sound too.
What color is it?
So you know highlighter yellow. You're familiar with that.
Yeah.
It is just like that, but then it's like a really dark version of that.
like an orange one did an orange highlighter went over the
Yeah,
yellow highlighter.
yeah, exactly. So I get these. It's crazy. I get these. I can just feel I'm becoming a megamind because I get these like pulses in my brain that just feel
Have you
like,
tried on any of your hats, see if they don't fit anymore?
damn, that's
That's what I
such a
do.
good idea.
Cause this kind of happened to me a couple years back, but
Oh,
it
that's
was different.
right.
It was migraines. But your head does look bigger. Your
Yeah,
head does look bigger.
yeah. I mean, even these headphones, they didn't. I had to adjust these headphones a couple times. So, in your experience, when you went through your megamind phase
Mine was
of
just migraines. Mine was just migraines. But I thought I was maybe a mega mind. But I also just seen that movie for the first time. So I don't know. I was maybe just being
uh,
hopeful.
it's exhausting, but it's also probably the best thing that's happening to me in my life right now. And I think that I'm learning so much. So there's a book series out there called The Warriors, and it's about a cat that joins a bunch of feral cats. And I'm listening to the first 6 books all at the same time and ingesting
Wow.
the entire storyline. And it's a lot like Lord of the Rings, but honestly, 100 times better. People think
So
they're kids' books. They're not.
you're getting the beginning of each book at the same time, and you're getting the end of each book at the same time. And how much, what percentage of all of those books are you saying you retain?
100%. Absolutely
That's
100%.
amazing.
Yeah, and
That's
the
amazing.
more I listen to it, the more I actually like retain. So it's actually, yeah,
So you're
it's
pissing fire. You're listening to 6 audiobooks at once. What
yeah,
else are you doing? That can't be it. There's got to be other steps to
that's
becoming a
creating
mega
my mega
mind.
mind. That's
Yeah.
really it. Just keeping up my water intake and playing Pokemon Go. So
Are you
really,
still on Alpha Brain?
so this is Alpha. Shout out Alpha Brain. This is actually Alpha Brain's. Oh,
Is it?
oh,
Oh, it's happening again.
oh.
Are you okay?
This is Alpha Brain's niacin
Is this the
pack
new
stack.
normal? Is this what I'm gonna have to deal with on the
No,
podcast?
no, I just took about 60,000 milligrams of niacin. So it's what it'll figure itself out. But to all of the folks out there, cannot recommend Alpha Brain's niacin stack enough. I mean, you're gonna feel great. Your mind's gonna grow. You're gonna be able to do amazing things that even stuff like Adderall, Ritalin, Vyvanse, Cialis, that stuff ain't going to do it for you. What's going to do it for you is not just your regular vitamin B6 or 12 or 9, it's vitamin B3. That's niacin, baby. And it's going to make you understand. When I was watching Surf Ninjas on all this niacin while I was listening to all of these books at the same time, it really makes the movie pop. And I could hear all of Rob Schneider's funny ass lines, and I could really ponder life's questions like what's up with Leslie Nielsen in this? Why is he a cyborg? How can I become a cyborg? And it really like opened up it opened up a huge window of opportunity.
I do you know the answer? Was that character written like that, or did they
Colonel
cast
Chi?
Leslie? Do you think he was written like that, or they got Leslie Nielsen and they're like, we don't know how to use him, and they made him the bad guy?
No, I think that this movie is perfect from start to finish, and there's no aspect. I mean, and
Of
you
course.
know this. There's no single aspect of this that was not well thought out. This entire movie was extremely well thought out. Let's
I
go
just want to
over.
know what informed the character. I agree with you for sure.
Well,
But
Leslie
I just want to know
Nielsen.
how much Leslie Nielsen brought to the character. There's a better way to phrase that question.
Leslie Nielsen, a man from Airplane, a man from Naked Gun, a man from Airplane 2, was given the script of Surf Ninja, and lo and behold, he said, "Sign me up. I want to play Colonel Chi." And they said, "That's exactly what we thought you would say." And that's what we wrote we wrote that for you, and you never play a
Yeah,
bad
I
guy. Here's your
forgot.
chance to play a bad guy.
The director, I'm sorry, the writer Dan Gordon. He met up with Leslie Nielsen and he was like, "Listen, one of these characters is written specifically for you. I'm not gonna tell you which one. Just read it and let me know." Leslie Nielsen read it, came back the next day, and he was like, "I'm Johnny." And the writer was like, "No, no, you're not Johnny. That's the main character. You're Chi." And
That's the
Leslie Nielsen
15-year-old. That's the 15-year-old bigger brother. Is named Johnny.
yeah, and he is not white. What are they? Japanese?
They're
Does it
Puntasan. They're
they're
Puntasani.
Punta-san.
Yeah,
Where's that?
it's made up, but it's supposed to be somewhere around there. They use Chinatown.
Is it like Southeast Asia?
They put Puntasan. They said this is little Puntasan, and it's all Chinatown in LA, and it's amazing because I see that. I ride my bike by that all the time. The restaurant they go to, I've seen that.
That's amazing.
Where they have the neon sign, I've seen that.
This movie is so cool. I love how the bad ninjas. I love the blue camo, the dark blue
So
navy
sick.
camo. It's
So sick. You know, this movie had a lot to do with my upbringing.
Same, brother.
I mean, I really truly can say I would not be where I'm at today without this movie. I think a lot of my rebellious nature started with ninja movies and ninja type behavior.
Three Ninjas, Surf Ninjas,
Tenchu?
Teenage Mutant Ninjas.
Tenchu on PS2.
Oh.
Yeah, I would dress up
Oh.
in middle school. I would dress up as a ninja, and I would go around and I would light trash on fire, and I'd poop on things, and we would take fireworks and we would put them in the porta potties, and we'd blow it up, and then we'd start lighting all the toilet paper on fire, and then we'd melt the porta potty to the ground until the HOA would show up. Then they would call the fire department. Then they'd be looking for us, but we would be ninjas, and we would be jumping fences, wearing ninja costumes, and it was amazing, and until we got caught.
That's pretty cool. I also like ninjas as a youth. This informed my whole shit as well. This is what made me be a gamer. That little game he's playing is the coolest thing of all time. He's seeing into the future with it.
Yeah, and can sort of modify the future.
Yeah.
Not only
it's
can
insane.
he manifest, not only can he see in the
He
future,
puts
but he can
chopsticks in that guy's hands.
So
Will,
for the listeners out there,
you're still dressing up like a ninja, as you were saying earlier. You're dressing up like a ninja. Sometimes you put chainmail on.
mm-hmm.
I like to keep up with him while he's in the halfway house. Before we start the stream, I'm like, was it an eye patch day? Because sometimes he will wear the eye patch.
It's very important.
Like the guy in the movie. What's
Zach.
the guy's name?
Zach, played by
Zach.
Ernie Reyes Sr. And this is something, I mean, before we get into all the details here, for all the people out there, you know, the title can be a little misleading. So let's let these people know what this movie's about.
Yeah, of course. The movie Surf Ninjas is about two adopted brothers, Johnny and Adam. They're just two brothers trying to surf and skateboard through their teen years. You know, they're kind of slackers. They're very funny. They joke around a lot. They like to surf righteous waves and smoke mad decent kush with their friend Rob Schneider, who was 36 when this movie was filmed, but he's playing a 15-year-old. Unfortunately, the man has other plans for these young boys. To defend their lives, rescue their adopted father, Mac, and murder an evil cyborg dictator named Colonel Chi. With the help of their Yep, that's Leslie Nielsen. He is a cyborg samurai mercenary. He becomes a cyborg because he's trampled by a turtle, which is pretty cool. With the help of their long-lost uncle Zach with an eye patch, do you think that's why his name is that? Zatch with an eye patch. The boys are shown their royal heritage and given superpowers to kick butt and see into the future.
Bruh.
But will it be enough to take their rightful seat on the throne, or will Colonel Chi butt fuck their dad with his cyborg hand? Find out today on Certified Cinephiles.
Yes.
I got my own sound effects, gang. That's right.
Yeah, and they're way better than mine. But we can still pop them off. So, this movie was written by Dan Gordon, who wrote Tank. He wrote Rambo: Last Blood. I mean, he's a super prolific writer.
My favorite Rambo.
He's written so many movies, from obviously Tank way back in the 80s to Rambo: Last Blood, which was like 2019. And he has just action-packed films.
Hey, what's
written-
Rambo's blood type?
What is it, Pat?
First.
Bruh.
This guy, you never cease to amaze me with these. You never.
Hey,
cease
Will,
to-
what? Where does a Surf Ninjas take place?
Where?
SoCal.
Oh yeah, you know it. You know
That's
it.
why I had to bring that. I had to bring that funky, fresh SoCal island flavor of the Red Hot Chili Peppers to the show today.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. It's necessary. I mean, with this movie written by such a guy that like writes action movies, but then directed by Neil Israel, who has directed The Even Stevens. He's directed Lizzie McGuire. He's directed Zeke and Luther. And he's directed Look Who's Talking Too. It's
But
really
no
a match.
relation.
It's a match made in heaven. Take Rambo movies and let's mix it with Disney Channel, and you get this perfect film that the industry decided, the powers that be decided, oh, you know what? This movie is not good. Don't take your kids to see this. It's got a bad message. Don't take your kids to see this.
Violence isn't the answer. Well,
These
guess
kids
what?
don't want to do homework. They just want to moto surf and regular surf and skateboard and
And sing Ba Ba Baran.
yeah, and then they become royalty. And
So swaggy. So swaggy.
and so
The Hollywood elitist deep state.
decided that they did not want this movie shown to the children. And I mean, you can look at the critics' reviews on this. It's absolutely hysterical that they had bots out the yin yang writing absolute garbage. They didn't watch these movies. They didn't see any. All the kids who watch this movie, they know how good this is. They know how good this is. And yet we have to deal with
Bots. We had to surf, pun intended, through so many bot articles about this movie to find real ones for the ending segment of the show. It's insane what the deep state will do to bring a young, fun film down. You know, I don't believe that. I don't believe that crap for a second. This movie needs to. Yeah, I don't know what it needs. It doesn't need a remake. It just needs like It needs to be celebrated. It needs
Yeah.
a birthday party.
I mean, we talk
I
about
think it
how
needs a birthday party.
we have all of these old people in power and they just need to kick
Die.
the can. They need to die.
In a video game.
And I think that this younger
You're
generation,
getting good with those. You're getting good with those drops.
I think that this younger generation's really going to turn things around, and I think that Surf Ninjas will be celebrated. I think that we will see this movie re-released in theaters, and it will be given. It'll probably win Best Picture, and it'll probably win Best Actor, and Best Score, and Best Cinematography, Best Supporting Actor, and yeah. So what?
I
It only
think the
has
hi-
one female in there. So what if it only has one black person in there? So what if it
But he's so cool.
He's from Ace Ventura. It's the guy from Ace Ventura.
I'm a detective. I'm the chillest detective of all time.
You sound just like
detective-
Steven Seagal. That was
That
amazing.
detective is so weed coded. And I'm not just saying that because he's black. He is so chill. He's like, I bet your adopted dad is chilling somewhere. It's gonna be all right. He's so chill.
He's
it's
like,
awesome.
yeah, he's on the boat and he like gets out of his handcuffs after being in a coma for 3 days and he's like, you know what? I am fine with this. Let's do this.
It's all good, baby. Am I doing the voice?
Yeah, no, it's absolutely amazing. It's absolutely incredible. It's like spot
Whoops.
on. So
That's kind of what he sounds
our
like.
main actors in this are played by Ernie Reyes Jr., who plays Johnny, and he's our guy from the freaking Ninja Turtles too.
Chemo.
Key
Something like that.
Rico.
He's the pizza delivery guy, and he fights in the
One of the
mall.
best movies of all time. Keto.
That scene is awesome. Keto.
He's amazing.
Pizza's not keto, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, and he's a 4-degree black belt in Taekwondo. And he's hilarious all at the same time.
Great
And
actor, great stuntman. He
got-
was supposed to be the next Jackie Chan until the deep state had their way with him.
Exactly, because they don't like a father-son duo. They didn't like the fact that his dad plays Zatch in this movie, Ernie Reyes Sr., and that was the issue. They took a huge issue with that, and they said, "Look, we hate." As you know, you can watch the Netflix documentary out on HBO right now. It talks all about how they don't want parents around because they want to have their way with these kids. They're
So
pedophilic.
true.
They're all pedophilic.
The Hollywood elitist deep state.
Is pedophilic.
And Ernie Reyes Sr., he found a great way to keep an eye on his, pun unintended there because he had an eye patch on, keep his eye on his son. He figured out a way to do it by just being in the same fucking movie as him. It's genius. And the Hollywood, all the executives at the top, they want the parents away. They want to be able to, they want to get their creepy little hands on Drake and Josh, and they want to sniff them and finger their butts. So they don't want the parents there. They want them away. And they did not like how Ernie Reyes Sr. was there for his son all the time.
Let's just take a look at this here. I mean, we got Johnny and we got Adam, and they're cute kids. And with their adoptive father, Mac, played by John Carlin of he's been in a lot of stuff. Huge names in this.
Yeah, are you kidding me? Leslie Nielsen, Rob Schneider.
And we got Leslie Nielsen looking like an absolute maniac in this. You see this guy?
He plays a great villain.
You see this guy, Pat?
He looks great.
He's got.
I think he looks pretty good.
Yeah, he's probably one of the sexiest looking old folk cyborgs I've ever seen personally. If I'm deciding this, that's a pretty good looking guy.
Never, sweetie. Chevy Chase could never, sweetie.
No, and Chevy Chase would want to. He would want to, but he couldn't. He just couldn't. He can't
Sweetie,
do
take
it.
several seats.
Yeah,
Chevy
sweetie.
Chase could never, sweetie.
And that's the
Chevy
bottom
Chase,
line.
sweetie.
That's
Because Leslie Nielsen said so, sweetie.
That's the bottom line.
Chevy Chase couldn't piss the shit off of the side of my toilet bowl.
Yeah, you know what's up. Speaking of, I've been trying to bring that back, where rather than focusing on my own turds because of losing my job at the Circle K, I've been kind of waiting around, just like feeling the atmosphere here at the halfway house, just saying, hey, if anybody has any diarrhea, can you Because
Mhm.
so what I did was I actually
Can you
lowered
paint it?
I lowered the water level in the toilet, so it doesn't when you
That's
flush
so
it doesn't fill
smart.
as much, and so it leaves
That's
about
so
half.
smart.
And so a lot of these dumps are caking the porcelain, and it's like do you remember when you would cover ice cream in that it was called like turtle shell chocolate syrup, and it would
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
and so it's created like a turtle shell sort of situation on there. And so with the amount of water and niacin that I'm piping out, I mean, I'm having a field day.
You are power washing that bowl.
Yeah.
And you're
So
screaming because the tip of your penis is on fire from all
it's
that
inflamed.
niacin.
It is inflamed, but it's all part of the process. And I've learned so much about how cats can come together and they have different clans, and really I just know that at the end of the day I'm going to be thinking at a level that goes beyond human comprehension. People are scared of aliens, but I'm going to welcome aliens when they show up because my brain will be able to comprehend their
You'll
ideas.
mega mind them.
Yeah. And it's
I mean, we'll
it's
need you. When the aliens come, we'll need you because you'll have a mega mind. You'll be the only one that can talk to them.
yeah, and they're going to offer me a bride. And just like in Surf Ninjas,
Whoa.
and I'm going to be able to have a conversation to be like, look, I don't fully understand your culture, but I'm so willing to learn. And I want you to show me the ways of the forest. And I'm not looking to
Forest?
connect our tales, and I'm not looking to like share our memories and
Wait.
ancestral data. But if that does happen, it would be amazing, and it'll be like a full body experience.
That sounds kind of familiar to me.
It's just no, I've just been journaling a lot. It's kind of like a prophecy of mine. It's like coming into like with all this niacin, and like as my brain grows, I feel just like little Adam in this, where I can see the future and I can see prophecies.
So you consummate with this said alien bride?
Of course, and I'm going to be honest with you. Of course, from the moment I meet her, them, who knows?
Yeah.
The
We
moment I
don't
meet
even
them,
know if they're carbon based, let alone their
That's true.
pronouns.
yeah, and of course, it's going to be the first thing I think of. Like, I'm just gonna be completely real with you. It's gonna be the first thing I think of. It's gonna be it'll be before I even think about the first thing. I'm gonna be thinking about that, but I'm not gonna
Has
put
the
any pressure on the
niacin-
situation.
Has the niacin told you what that process looks like?
Yeah, it's amazing. So there's gonna be
Do you want to speak on that a little bit?
yeah, there's gonna be these appendages, and the appendages, when they're ready, they kind of expand, and then there's like these spores, and then they can link up, and that's the way that it works. And so either
So they're like
the US,
penises. Everyone has like a penis.
it's just like a flower, how a flower has both parts. That's kind of the way that it works. And so the US military or the world government at the time, when whatever will be the case, will outfit me with probably either the reproductive,
Because you're a mega mind.
exactly, because
You're
I'm the one that can bridge the gap. And so
Right,
they're
right.
going to outfit me with probably a prototype body that they've cloned using like stem cells or something. Or, and this is something the niacin hasn't quite revealed to me yet, they're going to give me sort of an artificial appendage that works in that way, that connects to my cerebral cortex. So it's all very cerebral, because that's the thing, is it's like how like Spawn, famous anti-hero Spawn, he's made of
From hell.
Yeah, he's made from the
How could I
necroplasm
forget that
of hell.
Spawn's made of necroplasm?
Made from necroplasm of hell. So the way that the alien body is going to work,
I'm the violator.
yeah, exactly. A lot of ways, this is going to be a very similar situation where the appendage is going to match the sort of material that this alien species is made of. and we're going to have amazing intercourse, and it'll be able to teach me and reveal a lot of new things to the human race about what's important.
Wait, isn't that gonna put you in like a pretty tough position?
Yeah, but I'll be ready for it. You know, it's going to
Like you'll
be
be stuck between these two cultures. Like, where do your loyalties?
exactly.
This is sounding really familiar to me.
I think that we're kind of simpatico in a lot of ways, Pat, and I think that maybe as my brain
You've been
expands, I
projecting
think
these
about
into
you.
me?
I think about you a lot. So it's very
Have
possible
you
that
been
I've
astral projecting into me?
I have not astro projected, but I'm definitely on the course. But telepathy, I mean,
Yeah, you're probably just beaming these thoughts into my head, but I can swear I've heard all that before. Maybe
yeah.
that's what it's like.
Yeah. So
Um,
it's going to be like really really it'll be hard, but at the end of the day, I know where I stand, and I know that no matter what the intentions of the US government or the world government at the time, if that might be the case, because honestly, the niacin um, has been revealing to me that there could be a world government situation, especially knowing what I know about
The Hollywood elitist deep state.
and it's very possible that we have a world government situation, and they're the ones that take the reins on communications with this these other entities, and I will be the one that bridges the gap. The world government or the U.S. government might have other intentions behind it. They might want to like mine their resources and stuff like that, but that'll be really easy to shut down from the inside. So I'll be able to play both sides, but it's gonna be wild, to say the least.
that sounds amazing. I'm just glad I'm on your side for all this. Do you think you could get me alien bride?
Absolutely. It all starts
Really?
it all starts with a very serious regimen of millions of milligrams of alpha brain
Of
vitamins.
niacin.
Yeah, vitamin B3,
Niacin
niacin
stack.
stack on a daily basis, and you need to start doing purposeful mind training, which is you're going to start by listening to 6 audiobooks at the same time.
Do they all have to be like sequels of one another or related in any way?
No, it really could be anything. It's just all about how your brain ingests the material. So for me right now, it's the Warriors Saga. It's an incredible set of books all about how one cat got bored with his life being at home, and he relinquishes himself from the domestic lifestyle and becomes a stray. And
Should I start with like 2 at a time?
nope, you got to jump right into 6. That's how you learn how to swim, Pat. If you start with 2, it's just going to confuse you. You need to go to 6. 6 books.
Okay. I have always wanted to read the Game of Thrones.
Great choice. Great choice. It's a little boring for me. You know, personally, that book sounds pretty boring. But again, I would highly recommend The Warriors. It's, yeah, you cannot miss.
Sounds like kid stuff.
Back to surfing. It's you know, that it's common misconception that The Warriors is kid stuff.
Back to Surf Ninja.
Back to Surf Ninjas.
She told me she was 18.
And okay, so this movie.
What's the chat saying?
Oh, chat's busting off. They're saying, Lord have mercy. Did he say niacin? You know. Thunder Nuggets is asking one of us to show hole. And
Not
of course,
me.
Sir Powdered Toast Man says that's a lot of highlighter piss. And yeah, you know exactly what's going on. Chat, thank you so much for being here. You absolutely should give Alpha Brain
Surf Ninja's
niacin
a
stack.
watch. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, back to Surf Ninjas. All right, Pat, you know what time it is. It's time for our
Dun dun.
God tier scene. What was it for
Listen,
you,
all
Pat?
y'all, it's a god tier scene. Uh, this scene was just too informative for me not to pick. Once this scene came on while watching the movie, I locked the fuck in. It's when the cops are watching their house at their dad's restaurant just got ransacked by these cool looking ninjas.
It's a
They just
hamburger
talked to the
stand. Getting absolutely
That's what I said.
ransacked.
They have fish tacos though.
I've been to the
Uh
boardwalks. Me and Pat have absolutely wrecked the restaurants on these boardwalks.
and the
And
restrooms.
yeah, one and the same. Let me tell you, you're going to be if you go
When
down to
go into the
Redondo Beach.
restrooms at the boardwalk, when you go into the restrooms at the boardwalk and you see how fucked up they are, it's because of us. We're the ones that do it to that.
Yeah. We don't do any Book of DeBeppo favors on the boardwalk. Let me tell you what, because the problem is too deep. It's way too deep. We can't help an establishment like the Broomfield Flatirons Crossing Mall Book of DeBeppo. That one we
You don't
could
get
help.
me at my buka if you can't handle me at my DeBeppo.
Exactly. And I mean, even Redondo, you go down to Redondo Beach, those restaurants on the boardwalk, they aren't going to have bathrooms. They moved all of their bathrooms to the parking garage because they know
we were
what's
fucking nuking them. We
They
were
know
we
what's
were
happening.
nuking them.
Don't serve food like that unless you are prepared to deal with the consequences.
They started calling Will Little Man and me Big Boy because we were nuking those bathrooms.
They would start crying. They would start crying when they saw us. Hosts.
I ruined a couple kids' lives probably, just from them witnessing and hearing that.
And honestly, I think that was a good way to show them, like, hey, this is the reality of the situation. You can't stay young forever. You can grow your mind.
This is what happens to your digestive system when you get older. Anyways, my god tier scene is the ninjas are attacking the little boy Jason
Adam.
Adam finds his video game. It's showing him the future for the first time, and it's showing him that these ninjas just knocked out the police in the front yard. And it's just so sick. The scene is so cool stylistically. I just love everything about it. I don't know. It's nostalgia.
It's absolutely incredible. And then to watch he helps Zatch out by saying, "There's a guy on a roof," and Zatch just steps to the side, and the guy falls and dies. Those ninjas die right there.
Mm-hmm.
Easy kills. For me, it was when Colonel Cheese cyborg hand freaks out and he grabs he grabs his pud, basically ripping it off of his body. So we're gonna take a quick look at that. It's a quick little scene of Colonel Chi grabbing his pud and ripping it right off of himself. Look at him grabbing that thing. You can see it so like clear as day. Leslie Nielsen had a huge... I mean, he also has that old man. You know how like your ears and nose don't stop growing? Same thing for your dingling. And Leslie Nielsen grabbed that thing is huge. He's got it. He's holding it like it's a goddamn copperhead that he doesn't want to bite.
It is just amazing physical martial arts comedy at its finest.
With that cyborg hand that he uses to assault the dad in this, it's crazy that he gets to finally do it on himself. I mean, talk about vengeance.
What's the point of having a cyborg hand if you don't get to turn it on yourself every once in a while?
Every cyborg hand should have... There should be
portal.
fuckability.
Let's just call it a portal to another
It needs a
dimension.
portal. Yeah, it needs a portal to a very pleasurable dimension. And which would you rather? Would you rather have an alien appendage that gives you insights into galactic ancestry? or would you rather have have a cyborg hand that takes you to a level of pleasure that
Well, that's
you
not
never
an
thought
easy
could
question to
exist?
answer, Will. It depends on my circumstances. Am I around other aliens with appendages that I can consummate with?
Yes.
Then heck yeah, I'm picking that. I want to fuck aliens.
All right, chat. Let's throw it up to you. Okay, are you going to be choosing
Or a fuck hand. A
Yeah.
robotic fuck hand,
a
or
robotic hand that's going to take it's going to have a portal ability amongst other things?
or
Other things.
basically Islamic heaven. You're just having sex with virgins, alien virgins.
I don't know about you, but I want an experienced. I don't want an alien virgin. I want an experienced alien. I want an alien that's kind of been probably with other species before, can kind of walk me through it, can maybe prop me on their shoulders, throw me in a corner, really toss me around, because they're not just going to be bigger intellectually, they're going to be bigger physically.
I just don't know what kind of alien STDs are out there, okay? And I don't know if they have testing.
That's probably, that's really a good question. It's a really good question.
And if it's like mind sex as well as physical sex, like was
Chad
there
agrees with
STDs
me.
that attack
Yeah.
your mind?
I guess it was a dumb question. The chat is all about the aliens, and we have to respect that, because that is going to be the future. That is going to be the future for us.
Having a hand with a portal that you can consummate is pretty cool, but fucking a bunch of aliens with your appendage, way cooler. And that's the Red Hot Chili Peppers way.
All right, Pat. Okay, now we got what was the scene that left you speechless?
Scene that left me speechless is the scene when they get their headbands.
Oh my God, talk about frisson. I mean, tears were streaming out of my eyes. I was
it was beautiful, and
take
then I
my
was
breath away.
And then not only was I crying from the beauty of the situation, I was crying from laughter because Rob Schneider gets a headband, and it is so funny. He gets that thing so tight to his head.
He does this. Like he can't even think straight. That's honestly how my head feels. Like it really is nuts, because it feels like I have all this fluid in my eyebrows, and sometimes my eyes, just like right now, it feels hard to open them up. And that's how I really can tell that like the cell growth is.
Do you think you should go to the doctor
insane.
at all?
Absolutely not. Doctors are fucking liars. Everybody knows this. Doctors cannot be trusted in this day and age. Maybe your mom and dad's doctors. Yeah, sure. You might have a good doctor here and there, but overall, doctors are part of the elites, and they have an agenda. When you walk into that building, they have an agenda. Okay? I went to the doctor recently for blood work. I said, I think my vitamin D levels are low because I don't like the sun. I'm allergic to it. They said, okay,
I gotta wear chainmail.
We'll test you. And they're like, oh my God, what's wrong with your blood pressure? It's so low. This could be really dangerous. Did you have COVID? I said, yeah, like 2 years ago, but I'm vaccinated. And they're like, this is bad. Then they hooked me up to an EKG. I got an EKG read. They said, oh, this is bad. You really should get this checked out. And then I was like, that's weird because I feel fine. And then they did a cardiogram where they put a bunch of blue liquid on me, and they gave me an ultrasound of my heart, and they said, oh my God, do you see this? This is nuts. This is not normal. Do you see this right here? Like, look at these test results. And I was like, bullshit.
What was wrong? What was the test results?
Well, I don't know. They were
What
just
did they
saying
say?
that, and they said you need to go get a chest ray right now. And I said, absolutely not. I'm leaving. Sorry.
Is that when you did a bunch of push-ups in front of them?
Yeah, push-ups and squats. I actually showed them the Spartan workout from the movie 300. I said,
hope
this
you
is
didn't
how.
kick any of them.
No, of course not. I had plenty of room, but I was like, this is how Gerard Butler got in shape for 300. This is a Spartan workout. if I got a hole or two in my heart, can I do this? So
Sweetie,
doctors are
did you
not
say
to be
sweetie?
trusted.
You're a doctor. We all freaking have holes in our hearts. It's called your heart holes, and
Yeah.
that's where the blood goes in
Nobody
and out.
checks resumes these days or any other criteria. Okay, it used to when we're where
Yeah,
the
you
days
just have to
go.
have freaking Bitcoin.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can be a CAT scan doctor. I have freaking Bitcoin. It's
yeah.
stupid.
It's called show me the university that you got your doctorate from, and I'm gonna call up the doctoral board and I'm gonna interview them, and they're gonna tell me what kind of doctor you are because, frankly, anybody can rent an office space, label it
I'm gonna call
Kaiser
your past
Permanente or
patients up.
whatever the fuck.
I'm gonna
Anybody can
call
do
up your
that.
past patients, see if they're still alive, make sure they're healthy.
Yeah. United
And you
Healthcare,
might
whatever. Blue Cross Blue Shield, my ass. Just because you're
and
in
you
the Blue
might
Cross
be
Blue Shield like insurance, whatever, it doesn't mean anything. It's lies. It's fucking lies. This is bullshit.
and you may be kind of surprised to find out that both me and Will did get our COVID vaccine because we are such off the grid type fellas. We were tricked into it. We did not want it. We were tricked into it,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's all I'll say about that.
There's a term out there that, frankly, because we're on YouTube, I'm not going to throw around, but it's assault. What happened to us? We were assaulted. And that's frankly all it is. Just like, I'll leave it at there. So for me, the scene that left me speechless is going to be when we actually get to see them surfing and they kill these assassins underwater. Let's take a look. Sorry, I have to move it up. Okay, so we see our harpoon men in their blue camo wetsuits. We see Johnny and Adam. They're going for a surf, and this guy is supposed to be like SEAL Team 6 of Colonel Chee's army, and he just gets freaking killed. He gets absolutely freaking killed. We're gonna watch this one again one more time. Harpoon gun comes up. Johnny and Adam are gonna catch this wave no matter what, no matter who's in the way. And sure enough, Johnny just absolutely crushes this guy's skull.
Wank.
And
He started bleeding. That attracted a shark, and he got munched.
absolutely
End of story for that ninja.
takes him out. Absolutely wonderful. And Pat, moving along here, and I know you hate this one, but we gotta. There's gotta be something you agree with the critics on. The critics had a lot to say about this movie. There's plenty said.
A lot of bots, though.
A lot of bots, and
I guess if I had to agree with the critics, I don't think it was the best decision for them to have Rob Schneider say the N-word so much.
yeah, that one was a close second for me. I'd say, if he can be Filipino, maybe he's other things. And who am I to
He's white as heck.
to pull those cards? But yeah, he was doing he was pulling some pretty wild cards there, and it was an interesting choice because it wasn't in the script. So that was him doing improv. That was all improv. That was the Schneider level improv there. So
he was big shotting the kids. All of his scenes were with those kids. He's like, I'm a vet. I'm 36 years old, little kids.
I know how
This
this
is
goes.
how you go off script.
This is how you go
Adam
off script.
Sandler, ever heard of him? Yeah, he's my best friend.
For me, it's going to be the scene where Johnny Johnny, out of the blue, and this is what's so amazing about him being a Punta-san prince, is that he just gets the power. He's told, you're going to be a warrior, you're going to get some crazy powers, and he does. But he fights it, and sure enough, he just grabs this random-ass gold sword, and just like the White Ranger from Power Rangers, he just becomes pretty, like, next-level superhero. So let's
Okay.
Goated.
Okay. There's the light shines, and now he's going to fight his real life dad. One-eyed Patch Zach. Skirt, 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 skirt. Absolutely amazing. That's a 4th degree black belt taekwondo right there. You can see it.
This was a dream for both of them to fight, have this scene with each other. They Junior grew up learning.
Johnny's amazing.
And then Rob Schneider just drops the N-word
He can get
right
a job as a
here.
sushi chef, no problem.
Yeah, you should cut it off.
And
You did.
yeah. Absolutely
I
nuts.
love this movie so much.
This is a movie, talking about movies that you should own. This is a movie you need to own because you never know when.
Chat, go find Criterion Collections email, hit them up, tell them we need Surf Ninja Criterion, get the cast back together, do an anniversary
chat,
commentary, do a steelbook.
In chat, if you're like, where can I watch Surf Ninjas? You can watch it on YouTube right now for free on multiple accounts in HD. And that's what we're doing this entire season. Every single movie that we have watched has been on YouTube for free because it is the mark of
We're the podcast
artistic
of the people,
integrity.
movie boy podcast people.
And the Hollywood elitist deep state will not allow these on any streamers because now more than ever, you used to have these smaller studios that had power and they just keep teaming up, and they buying it up, and they're not going to allow them on these.
Concentrating power more and more.
It's
into a big
disgusting. It makes me sick.
evil beast.
Speaking of making me sick, this movie has a 14% on Rotten Tomatoes, that goddamn filthy establishment. 14%. A perfect movie. A perfect movie. Right in line with Paddington Bear. It's a 14%, Pat.
That's psycho stuff.
It is psycho. And so
I'm putting a firewall up in my brain. I can't even think about it or it'll piss me the flip off.
Truer words have never been spoken. On God, no cap, dead ass. Here we are. We have Sporce Mansfield from Seattle Times. Some of this makes me truly sick to my stomach. So Sporce Mansfield from Seattle Times, he wrote, adults certainly shouldn't waste a sunny day by taking kids to a matinee to see this.
What?
Sporce, first and foremost, I want to kick you down the stairs.
What if it's raining? What, you can't go on a rainy day? Go on a rainy day and then go out in the sun on the nice day, learn all the cool karate moves. We don't live in a fucking stupid vacuum. I want to drown this guy.
I want to kick him down a flight of stairs. I want to
Oh,
plan,
that's a great scene too.
I want to plan a murder. Oh wait, I got to get my button
In a
ready.
video game.
I want to plan a murder for him where I befriend him. We go on a couple dates. We're really hitting things off, not rushing it. And a couple years down the line, we decide to move in together. And a couple years after that, I propose and we get married. And we grow older together and his body becomes more and more frail. He is older than me. I'm still in the prime of my life. And whoopsie daisy, I kick his ass down the stairs.
He dies.
In a video game.
Guess what? And then me and Will produce a whole Netflix documentary series about it, and we get rich off of it.
We recreate
It's called
the
The
stairs.
Staircase 2.
We recreate the stairs
With
verbatim. CGI. And we kick all sorts of people down that shit.
We show you.
The
We
video
show a
game.
CGI you falling down those stairs, dying like 100 times, with a laugh track.
People are having the best time watching this documentary. And it's like people are making
it's
memes of it.
groundbreaking.
They're like, I can't believe
like
this fool died this way.
In a video game.
Yeah, people are glad you're dead. They're like, I hope they never find the guy that did it.
In a video
And they
game.
won't. Because
Because
everybody...
it was an accident.
It was an
Wink.
accident. Wink. Yeah, and then even in the interviews, I'll do this. It was an accident.
And no one will care. And that'll be the best part. And
He'll
the
be
only
like,
people that'll
"Honestly,
care.
Did you see what
will
he
be
wrote
your
about Surf
parents."
Ninjas?
In a video game.
Yeah. Yeah. That movie doesn't even have a Steel Criterion Collection Steelbook. And he was punching down on it?
Yeah.
Not a good look. Not a good look,
Not
buddy.
a good look. Not a good look. All right, Pat, we got Marlene Poppet from Variety. Marlene Poppet wrote, "Oh, gee, have I given too much away? Is there something in this lyrical narrative that can't be detected in the first 5 minutes?"
Oh my god.
Bruh.
This is my least favorite kind of person. Just go to the movies to be entertained, you dimwit. Why does it have to say something? It's Surf Ninjas. What were you looking for? Why'd you even go see it? Why'd you even write about it? Why are you wasting your time if you're looking for fucking literary genius? Go. I want to kick her in the head until she dies in a video game.
In a video
Fucking
game.
bitch. Fucking C word.
All right, Pat, and
What a snooty bitch.
would you
I'm
believe?
pissed.
Would you believe? Because certainly, I'm at a loss for words for this one. Our guy, of course, our guy has written a critique on Surf Ninjas. Keith Beef from the
This guy
Washington
will not leave us alone. This
Keith
guy
Beef from
follows us in
Washington
our
Post.
nightmares.
is one. He is a pawn. He's a minion of the Hollywood elitist deep state.
The Hollywood elitist deep state.
And it's just disgusting what he does with his life. But so Keith Beef wrote this, Pat. Are you ready? Are you okay?
I guess so.
Keith wrote, "Action is relatively mild for the genre, and unfortunately, so are the jokes."
Bruh.
The fuck, dude? He's a kung fu expert now. Keith Beef just knows everything about every genre movie. What's his favorite comedy?
I don't think Keith likes anything. I don't think Keith has laughed once in his life. I think Keith is the type of guy that goes to the symphony and instead of enjoying
And he
himself at
takes
the symphony,
notes.
he takes notes and then he then complains about it to people. And then people are like, "Oh, are you having a nice time at the symphony? You paid hundreds of dollars to be here and you're wearing a tuxedo." And he's like, "Actually, no. I don't like this. This isn't real Beethoven. This is fake Beethoven."
Bruh.
The tuba player is flat. Second chair tuba's flat. And then he goes back to his house that's bluish gray. Everything's bluish gray. Ugh. I want to light his house on fire and cook him like the beef that he is.
In a video game.
Well said, Pat.
Thank you.
Well said. And Keith, I just want you to know that you wrote this. You did this to yourself. And when the higher intelligence species arrives on Earth, I'm going to find you. I'm going to find you. And you're not going to last.
Baran. Baran. Baran.
Well,
Take my hand. You got me rocking and a rolling, rocking and a reeling. Surf ninjas, surf ninjas, surf and ninjas.
thank you everybody that tuned in today. If you haven't caught our other episodes, check them out now. This is episode 7 of season 3. We're loving live streaming. We're still figuring it out. I'm still in a halfway house. They have not
I'll be
told
back
me
in
when
my
I'll
normal
be out of
house
this.
next week. Hopefully I'm out of this hideout soon.
We
Hopefully
are
we'll have more than an hour's internet soon.
dealing with some serious problems with
The Hollywood elitist deep state.
where they have attacked not only our places of residence, they have gang stalked our friend Pat, and they will not
They're
win.
outside.
They will not win. So I will continue to take my Alpha Brain niacin stack. I implore
There's people
everybody
walking
out there to
outside
do
my
it.
house.
Pat,
Not my house. This hideout, I mean.
if you want, I can call in the authorities and say that there's.
No, don't swat me.
But if I swat you, then they'll get those guys.
No, I don't. What if they get me too? What if I get me too?
Oh, this is a hot prediction. Well, tune in next week, everybody, and where we go over another absolutely zany movie that the evil powers of Hollywood decided to tarnish and bury 6 feet deep. Love you all, and bye-bye. Eat something nice for dinner.
Movie